It was November 9, 2005, in Robinson, Texas, a quiet town near Waco. But on this day, the peace was broken by a frantic 911 call. A woman reported a horror inside her home. The details were vague, but her panicked voice said it all. Something was terribly wrong. That call would begin a tragic story that shattered a community, destroyed a family, and stunned the public with its awful revelations. This is the story of Darlene and Keith Gentry, a marriage of love, hope, despair, and finally a profound tragedy. For true crime enthusiasts, don't miss our new book, The Ultimate Book of Serial Killers, 180 Files of the World's Most Notorious Murderers, available on Amazon. Get the PDF directly from our website for instant access. The link is in the description and a pinned comment. Now let's begin today's story. Music. Darlene Doskasile was born on November 2nd, 1974, the middle child of 3 girls in a close family. From a young age, people saw a special light in her. Friends and family recalled her as radiant, disciplined, and vibrant. A girl beautiful inside and out, with deep ambitions. Raised in Central Texas, Darlene was a local standout, known for her bright smile, blonde hair, and easy charm. She was never a formal beauty queen, but her peers called her Texas Beauty Queen. She was prom queen in the flag corps and the heart of school events. Her appeal was genuine. She made people feel valued, adored by friends, and cherished by her family. In 1993, she graduated from Yo High School and went to Texas State Technical College in Waco. She trained as a dental assistant but dreamed of being a nurse. It was there she met Keith Gentry, who would change her life's path. Keith, born September 2nd, 1974 in Waco, was the son of Weeman and Glenda Gentry. He grew up in Robinson, valuing family and community. At Robinson High, he was known as steady, reliable, and kind. He also attended TSTC, studying drafting and welding, later working as an engineering assistant. He was a natural provider, planning for a stable future. Their connection was instant and powerful. They fell deeply in love. Both families approved, assuming a wedding was inevitable. But their timing was off. By 1997, Darlene wanted commitment, but Keith wasn't ready. They parted, heartbroken. Seeking a new start, Darlene moved to Dallas, working in dentistry. But city life didn't suit her. After a year, she returned home. Fate intervened, and she and Keith reconnected. This time, there was no doubt. In 1999, he proposed and they married. They bought a home and built their dream life. Darlene, feeling unfulfilled in dentistry, returned to school for nursing, with Keith's full support. They were a happy, laughing partnership. By the early 2000s, Keith and Darlene Gentry had a seemingly perfect life in Robinson. Their home was next to Keith's parents, a proximity that would later prove complicated. Keith worked at the electric utility, while Darlene was a registered nurse. Their dual incomes afforded a comfortable life. Family was their dream. Their first son, Chase, was born in 2001. Cody followed in 2004, and Cade in 2005. They were the ideal family. Attractive, devoted, with a lovely home. But underneath, things were strained. Keith's job required travel, leaving Darlene alone with work and the children. Even when home, he was often too tired to help. To save his marriage, Keith left his travel job for a lower-paying desk role. He felt trapped and unfulfilled. Meanwhile, Darlene's spending continued, causing financial arguments. Keith resented the childcare falling on him and his parents. Friends noticed the tension, yet divorce seemed unlikely. Keith was determined to make it work. Then came the morning of November 9, 2005. At 6:11 a.m., a distressed Darlene called 911. She reported finding her husband in bed, covered in blood, barely breathing, with pink foam at his mouth. She said the back door was open and some guns were missing. She claimed she hadn't slept beside him. Their restless toddler had kept her in another room with the other boys until 6 a.m., when she discovered the scene. Paramedics found Keith unresponsive with a gunshot wound to the head. He was rushed to the hospital but never woke up. He was pronounced dead on November 11, 2005. A homicide investigation began, focusing on Darlene. Her story was crucial. She said on November 8th, she'd gone out with friends. Returning around 8:30 p.m., Keith was angry about a receipt, sparking a fight. She left to cool off, returned, apologized, and they went to separate rooms. She woke at 6 a.m. and found him. She claimed an intruder had broken in, murdered Keith, and stolen guns. But detectives found inconsistencies. Forensic evidence suggested the shooting happened earlier. Guns she said were missing were found stacked neatly outside. Only she and Keith had access to the locked gun cabinet. As a nurse, she didn't attempt CPR. Her 911 call was oddly composed. When questioned, she invoked her Fifth Amendment right and asked for a lawyer. A search of their home revealed damning evidence. In the kitchen trash, latex gloves containing a .222 caliber shell casing, gunshot residue, and DNA. The motive emerged: a $500,000 to $750,000 life insurance policy. On November 28th, Darlene was arrested for murder. Keith's parents posted her bond, standing by her. But then, she contacted a landowner, Robert Pavavila, about buying a property with a pond. Weeks later, she asked him to fill the pond in. Suspicious, he alerted police. They searched the pond and found a .222 caliber revolver, the murder weapon. Police had Pavavila call Darlene, saying he would drain the pond. The next day, surveillance recorded her wading into the water, probing the spot where the gun was found. In February 2007, Darlene Gentry stood trial for first-degree murder. The prosecution's key evidence was the video of her searching for the gun. The gloves, staged burglary, and conflicting timelines sealed her fate. The defense called no witnesses. On February 8th, she was found guilty and sentenced to 60 years in prison. The motive was deemed financial and emotional freedom. She is incarcerated at the Lane Murray Unit in Gatesville, Texas. Her appeal for a new trial was denied in 2017. She will be eligible for parole in 2037. In 2010, Keith's parents were granted full custody of the three boys, and a restraining order prevents Darlene from contacting them. Keith Gentry is remembered as a devoted father and husband, a man of integrity whose legacy lives on in his sons. Thanks for watching Unreal True Crime. For more global mysteries, explore our new channel, Latin Crimes, featuring gripping true crime from Latin America. Subscribe now for more thrilling investigations.